Hello everyone, you're watching Filmcast. My name is Raja Talkareem and today I am joined by Abdullah Hussain and Sayed Amir. Abdullah here is the former COO of Nixon Productions. How are you, Abdullah?
I'm good, Raja. How are you?
I'm fine. And Amir, how are you?
I'm great, Raj.
Fair enough. So, those of you who have been following Filmcast know that today's episode is about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Primarily, the cinematic universe that starts after, that was supposed to start after the Black Widow movie. So, gentlemen, it's great to have you board. It's great to have you on board. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, I have a question for you, Abdullah.
All right.
What movie are you expecting, or what movie are you anticipating for the most in Phase Four?
For Phase 4, there's a lot of good movies coming out. It's a good list that they've got going. But I think the number one on my list was always Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness because they've
Oh
got
yeah,
Scarlet Witch in that, and it's the first horror film of Marvel. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Watching it in the cinema.
yeah, and then you've got the multiverse in that confirmed as well. What about you, Em?
I'm actually looking forward to, as you know, as I'm a comic reader, so I'm actually looking forward to the Shang-Li and the Eternal since I'm really keen about the cast. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean Shang-Chi.
Also, yeah, also I would look forward towards a new Spider-Man movie about how they proceed with Miles Morales or Miguel O'Hara as the Spider-Man
Are
2099. So
you
yeah, I
talking
would like to see
about
that as well.
the animated Spider-Man or the MCU Spider-Man?
No, actually, the animated Spider-Man. I
Oh
would like
yeah,
to see a sequel to the multiverse. Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah, we
mean
gotta give
they
shout
have.
out to Sony. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a good movie, right? The animation on it was amazing. The way
Yeah.
they blended the comics and the 3D element, that was just perfect. Moving forward, gentlemen, do you guys think that the Black Widow prequel that's supposed to come in Phase Four, do you think they gave Black Widow justice by having her prequel in the Phase Four? Because I think it should have been something like Phase One or Three. Abdullah, what are your thoughts on it?
Uh, Okay, I believe I'm excited that the movie's coming out, obviously, because Black Widow, very favorite character to some. But I just think the position of that film it just bums me out because it should have not been in Phase 4. It should have been back in Phase 1.
Definitely.
Because Endgame, spoiler alert, she dies, she sacrifices herself, and if you're going to put out a movie after her death, I think it sucks out all the value that her death has.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah.
What about you, Amber?
I'm actually looking really forward to Black Widow as movie because I'm I always look forward to Black Widow because she wasn't given that much important as much as Captain America or Iron Man, and now that she's getting a movie, it kind of makes it contradicting to the Marvel phases itself,
Yeah,
and uh,
yes.
yeah, so that's what I actually think. I mean, Hawkeye should have died instead of Black Widow. So for me, Blackwood having a movie right now for Black Widow, it would be really falling for me. Yeah. So yeah.
I don't think they should have killed off Hawkeye, but then again, he's not really been a character of that significance, in my
I
opinion.
mean, he brings bows and arrows to the table. What more can you say?
Yeah, basically.
I
Uh,
mean, bows and arrows are cool, right? They are.
no, I mean,
Come on.
one place you've
Bows
got
and-
a rich billionaire boy who shoots lasers out of his fingers, right? Or his hands, and then another place you've just got a dude who has a good eye.
It's not about how rich you are. It's about how.
It's about how smart
Yeah,
you are, in my opinion.
I've got nothing here. Yeah. How are you gonna compare Hawkeye to Tony Stark? You got me in the first half. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm not gonna argue with that.
But there's the answer itself.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've seen that the Avengers is basically in shambles of sorts. You don't have the main leaders anymore. Chris Evans definitely decided to just take a retirement, I guess. And
Yeah.
spoiler alert, we know Iron Man is no more. So, who do you guys think will be leading the Avengers? And do you think it will shape out like the Avengers in the comics currently, which are, I think they're called the Dark Avengers? Or, yeah, the Avengers who are right now in hiding, is what I remember from the comics. So, what do you guys think will happen to the Avengers? Amber, how about you go first?
Okay, thank you, Raja. So, in my opinion about the Avengers, since the six Avengers are no more, Captain America is old, he'll die soon. Tony's dead. Black Widow's dead, and Hawkeye has a family to look after too. So, in my opinion, I feel, and now since we saw in Spider-Man: Far From Home, I think Peter Parker, Tom Holland as Spider-Man should return, and Peter Parker should be leading the Avengers since he is the new, since he is the latest new Avengers, and I feel like he
Yeah.
should lead it. So yeah, or since we in the post credit scenes of in Tony's funeral, we also saw how Harvey, that little smart kid from Iron Man 3, has grown to be. So yeah, we could look forward to that too.
I don't think that kid would have that kind of a significance going for him, but I do think that Hulk still being alive, and I'm pretty sure he'd want to help the Avengers. So I think it's gonna be more of a
Yeah,
mentorship kind of thing. So you guys remember
yeah, yeah,
the X Men Academy, right? So I think it's gonna be something like
yeah.
that. Though I'm
Hmm.
not a personal fan, but knowing Marvel, they will definitely make me like it. So, yeah. What about you, Abdullah? Do you think that introducing the young Avengers from the comics is smart, or do you think that they should just have the current cast right now and then have them sort of rebuild the Avengers?
I think in terms of significance of the original six Avengers, which three of them, two of them are dead and one decided to leave.
Yeah,
One will eventually die because old Captain America. But you get my point.
yeah,
I just think the original six Avengers sort of created this aura around them, which is now grown into a legacy, which is now what Marvel Phase 4
yeah.
will be. So I think it's only sensible and a really good homage to the new Avengers, the young Avengers to step in and take their wear their shoes and lead new Avengers into battle. So I think what Emmer said, I wouldn't be keen on watching Spider-Man lead. I would be keen on watching Captain Marvel or the Hulk lead because it seems a bit more fitting. But if they can fix Spider-Man in terms of the writing in MCU, then of course he's got a shot at being a leader because in Infinity War he became an Avenger in that really cool scene where Tony Stark anoints him.
I
So
don't
yeah,
think Captain Marvel would ever be there to lead the Avengers because, firstly, in the MCU, she has a massive ego, or so it
yeah,
seems. And secondly, she's got her own space fight going on, right? Like if you look at Captain Marvel's dialogues
yeah,
in Endgame, she was like, "There's so
Endgame,
much
yeah.
going on in space." So I think Captain Marvel and the Guardians of Galaxy, they might have a crossover going on maybe, but for the Avengers, I think introducing the Dark Avengers and the Young Avengers would be a smarter idea. For those of you who don't know who the Dark Avengers are, in the comics, the Dark Avengers is basically a group of the Avengers. I know I'm saying Avengers a lot, but it's a group of the Avengers who decide to go into confinement, consisting of, I think it's Captain America and Doctor Strange, and that happens after the events of Secret Wars. So I think that would be cool, especially considering we still have Doctor Strange alive, and I think he deserves way more screen time
Yeah,
because it's firstly it's Benedict Cumberbatch. We would love to see more of Benedict Cumberbatch, and secondly,
absolutely.
I mean Doctor Strange is a cool superhero in my opinion. Right, boys. Moving forward, let's address the elephant in the room, which is Eternals. Now, Eternals is a massive, massive deal in the comics. They are Celestials. They existed, I think, 7,000 years ago. And now they are making their way onto the big screens from the comics and from the TV shows or the cartoon shows. So, Abdullah, what do you think the Eternals bring to the table as of right now?
The Eternals, well, they're certainly bringing a punch through the cast. If you think about it, Kumail Nanjiani, Richard Madden, Angelina
Yeah, the
Jolie,
cast is
Salma Hayek.
amazing.
Those are some pretty big names. And when you think about the Eternals, it's something so special about them is that you could say it's a rebranding of the Avengers, but it's just something more than that because in the Avengers, especially the
Definitely.
first one. Now I'm saying Avengers a lot. Yeah, in the first one, when Tony Stark takes the missile and he, puts it in the Chitauri sort of the the International
Yeah,
Chitauri
the
Space
vision
Station,
he
as you
had.
call it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So the vision he had, that was the deal breaker for the public to know that okay, we are not alone in this world. There are other, alien races out there that can destroy us.
yeah.
And now, if I'm so excited to see the public's reaction to the Eternals because they won't find it as a surprise. They're like, oh, well, Tony Stark flew a missile. What else? What else is new? So it's really exciting
Yeah,
because I want to see
exactly.
the politics. Yeah, I want to see the politics of the people involved with the Eternals because there's 7,000 years. For 7,000 years, they've been uh, they've been on Earth and they've been protecting it, but now they have to team up, explicitly, properly, and they got to fight somebody, and it's going to be exciting because it's a whole new excitement on screen. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
All right, before we end this amazing podcast, uh, there is an elephant in this room. That, of course, we don't, not in this room necessarily, but there is an elephant in the room metaphorically, and that is the X Men. Guys, the X Men have had a great reign in the Fox, in under Fox movies, and now Marvel finally has the rights to the X Men. So, Ahmed, what do you think how the X Men universe or the X Men are going to be introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Okay, so for me, I
Right, I
have been
don't.
an X-Men.
Oh,
So yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
go for it. My
So
bad.
yeah, for me, X-Men has always been a really one of my favorite series. I mean, I remember how I used to rewatch X-Men First Class. It was a really great X-Men movie. At least for
Really good
me, it
movie.
was.
Really good movie.
So yeah, about how. So yeah,
It was. It was.
so X Men. So now since Marvel since Fox has not, I feel like Fox really hasn't done any justice to X Men since. And now when the thing comes up with X Men, do we really have to see Hugh Jackman playing playing Wolverine, Logan? Because I don't see any other actor playing Wolverine as great as Hugh Jackman, right? If someone disagrees, they can, but
Yeah.
I don't think anyone will. I don't think anyone will. So yeah, so
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
X Men is concerned, I would really feel that Marvel really takes upon the story of, especially in the comics. When if you read in the comics, it's about how they'll give the spotlight to Rogue, who is also a really great superhero, and how now we know how Rogue is able to take powers if she touches any XYZ superhero, right? So in the comics, there's this part
Yeah.
where she touches Captain Marvel's Captain Marvel. She touches Captain Marvel, and she takes away her powers, especially giving her the ability of flight, the super ability of flight. So
Yeah.
if you see Rogue flying in another Marvel movie, that's not actually Rogue's powers. That is that. Then it's a great thing for comic book fans. Then I feel like it's greatly trusted. So yeah, I would really like to see that.
Yeah. Right, gentlemen, we're running short on time, but before we go, I have a question for both of you. And so, the question is, which Spider Man is your favorite Spider Man? Abdullah, why don't you do that
Okay,
first?
no, 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 no,
Uh,
no, no, no. You're gonna make me answer this question? Okay, listen. Okay, listen.
Yes, that's why
Okay,
I asked
anybody?
it.
Yeah, okay. To whoever is listening to this podcast, okay, get this, drill this inside your head. Okay, this is important. All three actors, which are Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man, this iconic character, they all brought something to the table. Okay, and in my opinion, this is not a fact. In my opinion, Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man because of the swinging scenes. Tobey Maguire,
Oh
we
no.
all fell. I mean, come on. I mean, we fell in love with Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, so he is my favorite Spider-Man. He is my favorite, but I'm not putting, like I'm not pushing the others to the side. And Tom Holland is the perfect package. It's just that he suffers from, weak writing, lazy writing. It's just that. But all three actors are respectable. They did what they wanted to do with the character, and they did it because they had the passion for it. Except
Yeah,
Spider-Man
that's
3.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I'm pretty sure that there was a story regarding Spider-Man 3 where the director wanted to do something else, but Sony didn't let him, which is why
Yeah,
it
studio
flopped.
interference. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
that always happens.
always sucks. Yeah, always sucks. We could have had Tobey Maguire as a mentor right now in the MCU, but
Exactly.
well, that's that. Ahmed, what's your favorite Spider-Man?
Okay, for me, when I first watched Spider-Man back in 2003 or 2004, so I was in love with Tobey Maguire. Just like Abdullah said, it really did set the stage for releasing the Spider-Man movie, and so I feel like I feel like it's now like I agree with Abdullah. All the three actors were like really played a really great job. I mean, Toby Maguire, he plays a really good over all the post credit scenes and about how the story is built. Andrew Garfield, he plays a really good Spider-Man with all the swinging scenes, and we have Tom Holland, who has a babyish character, so and play and is and shows the correct age version for shows the
Yeah,
correct
Peter
age
Parker.
version for Peter
Hmm.
Yeah,
Parker. So yeah, I mean, I would look forward to that, and also look forward to Miles Morales, someone playing a real live action movie for Miles Morales as the Spider-Man. So yeah, but yeah.
I wouldn't mind having Jaden Smith on for Miles Morales, though. I think he'd have to. I think
No,
he'd have to change his
no,
hair.
no.
His career,
Jaden
his
Smith.
career ended after Karate Kid. I don't know
Oh
what
my
happened
God.
with his
Yeah, I
career
don't know what
related
happened to
to
him.
that.
And
Like
he
that.
he
That's
ended
the.
his career himself.
I mean, that's the peak of your career, right? You make a movie with Jackie Chan which has kung fu in it, and you just go like that. Like how? How do you do
Yeah,
that?
fair enough. Fair enough. All right, this was a great episode, guys. I hope you both had fun. I hope you both had a good discussion, and thank you guys for joining. Definitely.
Thank you so much,
So,
Raja. Thank you.
all of you guys watching this, stay tuned because we've got more episodes coming your way every week. Thank you for watching Filmcast. My name is Raja, and I'm signing out with Abdullah and Ahmed. Goodbye.